Hello everybody, welcome to another installment of I Talk Too Much. Today we're going to be looking at, well, some Matchbox premiums and specifically the GTR Nismo to see if it's shark bait or if it's There's a Finding Nemo reference for you. And it will be going up against its fiercest competitor ever, the Tomica. This is going to be fun. The Tomica is very unforgiving. But first, it's a very unforgiving species. But first, we're going to look at some other Japanese vehicles first from this set, which kind of sucked. Well, I can't say that because I bought 3 of them. Actually, I didn't know. This one, Diecast Kaguru helped me with it. But the Jaguar was terrible, and we know that because we've all seen it hanging on the pegs. The Bugatti was actually pretty cool. I just didn't buy it at the time. I probably wish I could have or should have, but the GTR we've had mixed feelings about. The Honda is probably one of my favorites actually because of how retro and very Japanese that livery is. And the Datsun's kind of ugly. But I have heard opinions about the GTR. I'm not going to say anything until I get it open and look at it for myself. We're going to start with the Datsun here because I think it is a little ugly, especially with the white bumpers and these horrific wheels. Just, you change those 2 things about this and we have a whole different car. So that's probably what I'll do, like on my own time, you know, as my own custom, sometime in the winter. But, yeah, these have been sitting around and I definitely got to get open at some point because these packages take up a lot of space. Let's see. This is recyclable. This is probably recyclable, but we're not throwing it away. But one big advantage this Datsun has is that color. You know, I'm a sucker for especially my metallic colors, and this one is one to stand back and look at. Whew. But unfortunately, you can't see most of it because these stupid decals. What? I wish it was just blue. That's all they had to do. Make it nice and plain blue. They had a perfect color set up and they do this. And I can't even remove these decals either because they use the stupid premium grainy ones. And the white bumper. Oh, okay, the back end's actually pretty nice. From the back end, it's pretty clean. Besides these bumpers that freaking blind you. Okay, enough trash talking it. Got number 78. Yeah, look at it's textured. You can visibly see how much it stands out above the paint. Oh god, that ain't coming off. No matter how much rubbing alcohol and expo marker you want to throw on that, that is not coming off at all. This has clear coat over it too. So you're going to have to burn through that. They couldn't even do the headlights. It's sad. It's very sad. Of course, you do have opening doors, but at this point, you know. Matchbox, Brembo, K&N. We got some nice contingency sponsors on the side there. Datsun, Matchbox in Japanese. These horrific wheels that need to be burned. Actually, no, they need to be Hot Wheels. They're not Matchbox. Actually, no, we'll burn them with the Matchbox. This video is almost turning into just a video for laughs. Alright, let me not try too hard to be funny. We're actually going to take a look at... They actually did some of the details. You know, they couldn't do the headlights, but they could do all these silly grills. I don't know, for what it is, it's decent, but I really wish they would have let this color shine a little more rather than covering it up like that. Real low-level play right there. Let's have a saving grace. Now this little Honda, did I call it an Acme before? I want to be surprised. It's a T30 or 360. T360. Now I've seen this truck before, but I never really, not in person of course. I've seen photos of it, but I never really knew what the heck it was. So Matchbox kind of taught me the name of it. T360. Hopefully it's right, because I wouldn't know. No, I'm sure Matchbox would be right. That's the thing with Forza, though. They've messed up on names before. But I don't have a sample of this casting. I never found the original blue one, which is why, well, one of the reasons of many that I want to get that new Japan exclusive set, so I can finally have the blue version of this. But until then, I'll have to have this yellow one, which isn't as bad as the Datsun right there. I don't think it can get worse than that. I love how they give it this giant-ass box, too. Sorry, no swearing in school. This thing's so small. I love it. So, yeah. I love the retro... This deco is very Japanese. Oh, it's not a Japanese plate. Are you kidding me? Missed opportunity. But just this yellow with the red, you know, that's very Japanese to me. I love the Honda service vehicle. Matchbox in Japanese again, which makes it look a little more formal. Like, for people who don't know that is Matchbox in Japanese, they look at it and be like, oh yeah, this is a nice service truck. We got some Japanese text on it. And for the most part, aesthetically, it plays the bill. But, you know, it is just Matchbox in Japanese. And actually, yeah, they had it on this one, too. Boom. Oh, actually, no. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, it's on... Yeah, same text there. You know what they're doing. These wheels aren't terrible. They are pretty thick for a small truck. Honda, the taillights, T360 on the very creative license plate. Love the gray trim around the fenders here. And of course, yes, it does have the opening hood. We got a lot of nice front detail. The Honda badge, I like how this trim piece resembles an H. And yeah, the headlights do poke through the hood here. Or actually, no, is this the... Well, yeah, the engine would sit on top of the hood. What? No, that's... The engine does not sit on top of the hood. Would that be a spare tire? That would be a spare tire, right? So typically, they would put the spare tire on top of the engine. So the engine, the cab kind of sits on top of the engine. I know sometimes, I don't know specifically with this truck, but I know with like some of the newer K trucks, you actually have to lift up the seat to access the engine. This might give you some access if you pull out the spare tire. But yeah, I do love how they have the headlights inside here and how that is just clear. That is an awesome detail. And it is how the real one is. I'm surprised how well they actually show through here. They're not like covered up or shadowed or anything. Very nice. Very nice. Definitely pulls the weight of the Datsun. Here's your bed. So small. It's so small. I love it. Just a little Honda. Alright, actually, no, we're going to put these up here. Oh my god, it fits inside that. Oh, no, they do that on all, they do that on all of them. They make that little box there fit the tires perfectly. You know, it fits inside that box. The Honda is smaller, and it still fits inside the box. The Datsun doesn't. Actually, it does kind of. Are they the same size? They're the same size. Okay, don't listen to me. I am totally hallucinating here. I also like how little space it takes up on the side of the box there. But it's time for this thing. Oh boy. And this is probably going to be one of those ideas where the artwork is more detailed than the model. Yes, this is a very potent smell. Ooh. This GTR smells. Wait a minute. Oh, I had it the wrong way. Well, it is white, and it smells white, but it hit me hard coming out of the package. So let's just review this. You can already see where my complaints are gonna be. Especially figuring that they actually put the red trim on the packaging. Ah! And I can see why they use these wheels, because they do kind of, a little bit, maybe. I don't know. It is flat white, which is a very interesting detail. I don't know why they decided to do that. Headlights are lensed, which is, I guess, a point. You do have, this grille is a plastic insert from the interior, and then this bottom trim is from the base. There is that. Yeah, where the hell is the red trim? Like, we got the side trim though. I mean, that's decent. We do have opening doors on this one. I heard that they didn't shut very flush. Mine are actually really flush, but you know, those gaps are very big, especially this one. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The spoiler. Oh no. Definitely have to detail this thing. There's your tail lights. It does have, oh, look at that. It's got somewhat of a Japanese plate. It says Matchbox in Japanese. Nismo badge. Nismo badge looks good. I'm finding hard things to say nice about this because just the casting is very good, but they ruined it. Well, that's a casting issue. But they ruined it without all the red trim, with these wheels, and the flat white, which really doesn't work. It does not work. We need clear coat on here. It's very subpar for Matchbox. It's not their strongest cat. Oh, and they didn't even paint the roof black. Oh, that should be carbon fiber. God, they just got mirrors. Oh my God, they look like two completely different cars. Look how fat that trim on the side here is compared to the Tomica. They didn't paint these, which that's not even my biggest concern right now. More so than that, why are they so small? Like, you can see, like, even the trim on the hood here, like, what is going on? It's so much bigger than it has to be. There isn't any, you know, there isn't any body line behind it. And in front of it is so much bigger than it really has to be. You got no trim. Oh, they got these. That's part of the base, which is even more disgusting. There's your side trim. They look the most similar from the side. And they actually painted this, which is the Tomica did not do. But the Tomica did so much more. Look at this. Oh boy. The Matchbox looks terrible. I don't know, I hate to say it, but someone's got to say it. I know, I'm the Matchbox fan. I just said Matchbox was terrible. This is probably that. I really don't want to say it, but it's probably one of the worst Matchbox castings that have ever been done in the modern era. I think it was very rushed. Oh, why in the world did they have to do that to the trunk? Look at how contemporary the Tomica one is. Then we got this. No, the Tomica one, it isn't even raised that high. This one, ooh, it's a little too high there. The red trim just makes a difference. And look at even the exhaust. Look at how blobby the Matchbox exhaust is compared to this. You can see each pipe. Very sad that Matchbox had to do this. And of course, I could fix most of these issues on my own. Not so much the spoiler, but the trim and the wheels and the roof would be an easy fix. But like, told ya, the Tomica was a fierce competitor. Wow, I got scratched. Are you serious? The Tomica is a fierce competitor that Matchbox cannot hold a candle to. They're the same price point. They're the same. That's another thing. Well, this is $5 now. It wasn't $4.65. It's now like $5 something. This is $5. What one would you rather buy? Yeah, the Tomica. It's like, unless you like painting things and swapping wheels, The Tomica has everything done for you. Of course, some people want to swap the wheels. I don't on Tomicas, but... We're not even keeping it in frame. Okay. So, what have we learned from this experience that when... You know, because this GTR was late, too. This was supposed to come out last year, and it was delayed. And I think they rushed it. It's like, oh no, we didn't get it out in time. We better get it out or people are going to get mad. This is worse than delaying it another year. If this was a 2023 model and it was actually done right, I wouldn't complain. I'd be like, yeah, we were supposed to see it last year, but I'm glad we waited because this was worth it. Waiting a year for that maybe was not worth it. Or maybe I'm being too hard on it. Let me know what you think. Am I being too hard on it, or is it really just that bad? I'm going to try to detail it at some point, just to see if I can hopefully fix it. Fingers crossed. Of course, using the Tomica as a reference. But yeah, for now, Tomica wins. And that is not even biased, because you saw how bad that was. So yeah, that is, I guess, a rare time where I'm going to complain about Matchbox. Because lately they've been on fire. And I know just downgrading this to a $2 model for the quote-unquote $2. I don't know how much they're going to sell for in Japan. But for that Japanese model, it is extremely, extremely better than this. I think they even painted the roof black. Like, they did the trim. They did the black roof. They changed the wheels. That takes out 90% of my complaints there. The only thing they can't fix is this stupid spoiler. But it's sad, really. Very sad. That a $2 model is better than a $5 model. You know, you should get what you pay for, but, you know, this is what it is. I'll just have to fix it myself. So that is everything. Actually, I'm probably going to do it after this video, because I don't think I can even post it on Instagram looking like that. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for listening to this rant, and take care, guys. Bye.